Wojciech, in your last book, you list things that all autocrats do.
It's almost as if they learned from each other, and actually they do learn from each other. First point, as soon as they come to power, they start by demonizing the opposition, by presenting their adversary as the enemies of the people.
It's interesting, Wojciech, because in Israel, some politicians refer to the left wing as enemies of the state.
היו קינים רדומים של שמאל ושמאל רדיקלי.
אנשים שבוגדים, בשדה קרב שהלוחם בוגד יורים בו.
Or as those who forgot how it is to be Jews.
You can see it in every autocratic state. You'll see a narrative about foreign forces.
אין לי שום ציפייה מג'פרי, ארגון שמי שתקצב אותו $1,000,000. וג'ורג' סורוס אין מה לפנות אליו.
And we have to get rid of them, otherwise they will bring disaster upon the good, healthy society.
What are the other things on the list, on the checklist?
Obviously, the main target on the checklist are courts, because they are most independent branch of all parts of the government in a democratic system.
In Israel, the first thing that the government did once getting into power was to try to limit the court's authority.
אני משיק היום את השלב הראשון של רפורמת המשילות.
And once they capture the court, then they can capture all the other democratic institutions.
הגיע הזמן לפעול.
Okay, so we're talking about the checklist of autocrats. What's next?
Well, next is, of course, to do something about independent media. That's what happened in Hungary, where Orban controls almost totality of media.
So you know what they did here? There is a channel that is par excellence pro-government.
יש פה אג'נדות שמאל מטורפות.
שמעתי גם על מעורבות, יכול להיות, של ה-CIA בתוך האנרכיסטים האלה?
So going back to our checklist, we mentioned media, we mentioned courts, we mentioned opposition. What about civil servants?
In Poland, they very quickly captured civil service, and they appointed their own people, often completely incompetent, but loyal to the government.
In Israel,
the
government treats civil servants as unloyal people.
נגיד בנק ישראל שהולך ומלכלך על מדינת ישראל בחוץ ופוגע בכלכלה, היה צריך להיות מגולגל מכל המדרגות, פרא אדם.
If you notice here in your country that the government does any of these things, you may be sure that they are following the most traditional script of autocrats. From my own experience in Poland, there is something like a protest fatigue, but I don't see it here. The whole world is looking with amazement and awe at how this movement of protest endures.